Are you a woman who has too much to do, too little time? Do you feel like everybody wants a piece of you? Family members, your work at home, your work in your business or in the office, or even your clients? Do you sometimes wish that you could multiply yourself so that one part of you can have more time to do the things that you need to do and the things that you love? Maybe just to sit down and sip coffee or tea with your loved ones and enjoy the sunset and not think of work. Well, the only way to multiply yourself is to delegate. In this video, you'll not only learn 3 of the 5 things you must know before you delegate, but you will also learn how you can delegate the right way. We got a question from Ma'am Amor Rodriguez Lapis, one of the best teachers we ever had in STI College Zamboanga. We will touch on part of the answer to Miss Amor's questions. The first question is how to effectively manage our business. The second question she gave us was, how should we start hiring or delegating? And the third question is, up to what extent should we teach or delegate to our crew? Now, the things you need to do and the things you need to know are, number one, the difference between delegation and abdication. Sometimes we think that we are delegating, but we are not. You see, I learned delegation the hard way. For example, nobody taught me how to talk to customers. It's natural for me to talk to them. I do many things naturally, like how I talk to you on my Facebook Lives or in my YouTube videos. And therefore, when I hired somebody, I expected them to be just like me. I hired and expected employees to just watch me for one day, and I expected her to do it right the following day. And I would get angry whenever she could not do it. I'll brand that new hire as stupid or lazy. Why can't she talk to customers the way I do when nobody even taught me? So I'd hire another, and another, and another. Imagine how much time I lost there. And imagine all the frustration I went through all those years. Only afterwards did I realize that what I was doing was not delegation. It was abdication. So what's the right thing to do? Well, delegate and not abdicate. But how? Now, before we talk about how to delegate, let's discuss the second thing that you need to know. Do not wait until you are already fighting fires before you delegate. Fighting fires means that there are emergencies left and right, like customer complaints, people resigning, suppliers getting angry, etc. Now, let me tell you about my mentee. Let's call her Melanie. Her business calling was baking goodies for dogs. She loves pets and enjoyed the work of making cakes to celebrate their birthdays and other occasions. It started as a hobby. When she saw the business potential, she enrolled in our course, Start Your Own Business Pinoy Coaching and Mentoring Program. Now, this is a program that was designed most specially for those who are like me, who did not finish a business course in college, but who want to start a business. One of our lessons was about costing and pricing. And before that lesson, she thought she was earning a lot from her cakes. Because she was the one baking the cakes and she did not have any employees, she did not compute labor cost. All that went into her costing were the ingredients for making the doggy cake and the packaging. So when she learned that she needed to add to the labor cost, she asked, Mommy N, how do I compute that? Well, I said, how much would your rate per day be if you're employed? Oh, Mommy N, she said, I was getting 3 times the minimum wage in my last job. I only make 1 cake a day, and my salary is even higher than the price of 1 cake. What shall I do? So I told her, you are wasting your time, Melanie, in your business. If that's the case, it's better to go back to your employment. But because I knew that she wanted to be her own boss and she had no plans of becoming an employee ever again, so I told her, the only way you can enjoy the same pay from your former job is to improve and increase the number of cakes you make. When you make 10 cakes a day, your daily salary can be divided by 10, and that will make the labor cost for your cakes more reasonable, right? So she started applying what she learned in marketing, which is also part of our coaching and mentoring program, and the orders increased. The problem now is that she had to do marketing while having to make the cakes and deliver them. As the orders increased because of more effective marketing, she had to wake up early and sleep very late every day. And she still had to do the daily postings on social media because there would be no orders when she does not post. So what's the solution? I told her, hire an employee and delegate. Get somebody to make the cakes and do the deliveries so you can focus on doing the marketing, I told her. But she said, sayang, Mommy N, and she did not listen to me. Finally, after a few weeks of not getting enough rest, she fell sick. And that was when she finally agreed to hire a helper and delegated according to my instructions. Now, she could work on her marketing as the helper made the cakes and delivered them, right? And as she became better at marketing, the orders increased. And seeing the trend, she followed her forecast, which is also something that she learned from the program. And she hired another helper even before the orders became too overwhelming for her. Now that Melanie's sales keep on growing, I advised her to hire someone to handle the marketing as well. So Melanie got worried and said, Mommy Ann, what's left for me to do if I hire somebody to handle my marketing? So I told her, find new markets. Think of other products you can sell or other ways to reach your customers. And she obeyed. And now, because her mind was relaxed, she could think of better ideas. One of the things she thought of was to put up stalls in malls where pets go. She also thought of tying up with vets and pet stores. So when your mind is free, you can think of ways of growing your business. There's no sayang. So this is the answer to Miss Amor's question. How to effectively manage your business. There are many ways, but one of them is to anticipate your growth and prepare your people before the problems and the overwhelm happen. Whatever you can do well, delegate as soon as possible so you can free your mind for more strategic thinking. Ms. Amor's second question was, when should you start hiring, empowering, or delegating? The answer is as soon as possible. Before it becomes an emergency, before the orders pile up, hire already and then delegate, okay? Next question, still from Ms. Amor, is to what extent would you teach or delegate to your crew? Now, my experience says delegate all the way. You will always find things to do in your business. And so, give away all your tasks as much and as early as possible. This is the right mindset, the right way of thinking for a business owner. Give it away. Don't hold on to it so you and your business can grow, okay? But if you have an artist's mindset, this is a caveat, okay? And you cannot give up the work, then find a partner who will take care of the other aspects of the business so you don't have to focus on them and you can focus on your art because your business will die if you do everything. So remember, do not wait until it has become an emergency. Delegate as soon as possible. So let's review. Our topic tonight is the 5 things you must know before you delegate. What is the first thing you need to know? Number 1, the difference between delegation and abdication. We said delegate, not abdicate. Do not wait until you are already fighting fires. Delegate ASAP. Now, the third thing that you need to know is that delegation is more like planting a tree than making instant coffee. I'm sure everybody can make instant coffee, but other people might not know how to plant a tree. Instant coffee can be made in just under a minute. But in planting a tree, you need to prepare the soil. You need to choose the right seed. You need the right amount of water. You need to know how much sunlight your plant will need. You need to be able to protect it from animals and pests. So it takes time and you need a lot of patience. So before you even start to delegate, you need to list down each step of the task. I learned this again the hard way. Many years ago, I hired a maid. She was pretty, clean looking, and I liked her. She was very sweet. So I told her, okay, sweep the floor. And I gave her a Baguio broom and left her alone because, well, who needs training in sweeping, right? But when I got back, I was so shocked when I saw her holding the broom. She was using the broom like a walis ting-ting. Only the tip of the broom was touching the floor. And right there and then, I realized that this girl has never held a Baguio broom before. So I had to teach her how to use it. And therefore, before we start delegating, we need to list down each action the new employee has to do. And don't assume too much like I did. So those are the first 3 of the 5 things you must know before you delegate. So in the next video, we will continue with part 2 of the 5 things you must know before you delegate. Till next time, bye!